Okay, you're not talking to me, so coming up with a plan is stupid. I know that, but I need to think about it, or at least I just want something to fill my time up. So this is a plan that I would like to pitch. I want a show similar to those pictures where I have the BB Wendy house, I called it. Well, forget about the BB, forget about the Big Brother. This is not Big Brother. This is never going to be a Big Brother. Big Brother is where you have housemates that one by one get evicted. That was never what I wanted. I knew that was never what I wanted. It was just what existed, hence why I went with that idea, because it's the only thing that exists. But because I seem to be wanting a show that just doesn't exist, which is a worldwide global Big Brother, and that's something that you are refusing to promote or set up or anything. I'm just going to pitch my idea, which is that I want a house in the middle that's really nice and pretty with a big wall around it. And inside, it will be the house of God. And then on the outside, you can have an English, American, Australian, and Canadians. The English, all the English, the four main English speaking ones. And the house can be filled with whoever wants to be in there. But the catch is, it must only be people who reject me, people who do not want to, who do not believe that I'm Christ. I don't know how you will set this up. I guess there needs to be something where someone I I don't know if I'll do a press conference or anything, but it needs to be exposed that Christ is here, and there's a huge number of people who believe that the real Savior, the real Christ, is here. Whether you call me Christ or the daughter of God, it's there could be both. You could call me both. You could call me Babylon. You could call me Jezebel. You could call me anything. I just don't care. That's not the point. The point is, I do need some kind of. I need to know who is on my side and who isn't. I can't just kill everyone and just assume, okay, you're all gone. I need to know who who believes in me, and the way of doing that is to get me in a house and say that this is the temple of God, and then you have maybe 8 houses on the outside, maybe four English. This is the original plan that I had. Doesn't have to be this. Maybe the English house should just be one of, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. But then you have Portuguese and Italian and a French and maybe a Japanese. It might not even be eight. It could be 10. There could be 10 houses. It could be my house in the middle with 10 houses in a circle. Like, I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. You'll design it and you fill the houses with um, whoever you want. It could be politicians, it could be religious people. It needs to be religious people. It needs to be religious people and politicians. It just needs to be a big collection of different people, whoever, and each house represents a different, not necessarily a different country, but different language, definitely. Or maybe a different country. Maybe it should be a different country. Maybe how many main countries are there, like 27 or something? Maybe it should just be my house in the middle with like 27 mini houses all in a circle or all within a collection, and it's not a Big Brother, because Big Brother is like where you have 24-hour surveillance. Big Brother is about all the housemates. That's the thing. Big Brother is about all the housemates and treating them equally, basically. I mean, sometimes you don't treat them equally, but it's about getting to know all the housemates. And I don't want that show. That show's not about me. I mean, I was kind of wanting it not to be about me because I don't want the attention, but at the same time I need the attention because I need to test people to see if they believe things. So maybe that there should be a different thing where I just have a nice house surrounded by lots of other houses that represent different nations, and I just have interviews with the house where they are told that I am Christ and you have to try and disprove me. I am God. Why don't you believe me? And I'll just have interviews with all these people. Now, these people, they don't have to be on surveillance. Big Brother is where you film them at night, you film them sleeping, you film them doing all that. And it's perverted a bit, really. The show is a bit perverted. Um, you film them in the toilet. So in some of the in some of the seasons, you had things like that, and in the shower. But so it would be a more serious version of that, maybe, where you just have nice houses, or it could just be in a hidden location where um, where the country's representation. So if you have like the England House, I know that there's like Channel 5, Channel 4, BBC One, BBC Two, and they all have to work with this house, put the people they want in, because there's different famous people all the world. There's different famous people in America. There's different famous people in Portugal as well. I feel like every country would want something different when it comes to having interviews. Who would they want me to be interviewed by? Who would they want me to speak to? I don't know. I feel like I'm going in so many different directions. On one hand, I just want to just forget everyone and just tell you to go fuck yourself and just get nuclear bombs out and just kill everyone. Just like fed up. Like that. On one hand, I'm just feeling like that mood, and then on the other hand, I'm like, well, maybe this house can still be created. It's just in a very, very different format to Big Brother. Hence, has nothing to do with Big Brother. And the thing about Big Brother is you cut people off from the isolated world. You cut people off from the outside world and isolate them. Now, if my power comes from my anger, I liked that idea of being isolated, because then I don't know how people think and feel, because that's not going to anger me. But then again, it is angering me. I'm in that position now where I don't know how people feel, and it's angering me. This is angering me, and therefore I need to know. I need to know what's going on in the outside world. I need to know how people are responding, um, and I don't know. There's a lot of people that can think about how it should be, and I need to talk to them about how they would want it to be. I know it's fair that I should treat all countries equally, hence going into a UK Big Brother is probably not a good idea, because it would be like I'm giving them, it's like I'm favouring them. I mean, technically I have favoured them. I'm living in England. I've favoured England because I'm living here. Um, um, but um, but yeah, I don't know how the coming of this, the truth, the coming of the information of God should be. But I feel like I'm not going to disagree with that. If to hate everyone and say I want nothing to do with it, but if you come to me at Christmas or before, hopefully, and just say, yeah, here's a nice house, and there's loads of houses around, and we're going to set you up with interviews, um, and but I want to know what I'm going to end up receiving afterwards, how long it's going to be for. Um, I think it'd be better to I don't know how I deal with the celebrities. I don't know. I feel different ways about all of them. Um, ones that I haven't been following and ones that I feel less hurt by, of course. But I still would want to know what they've been doing, what they were told, what's their thoughts on things. And I feel like their thoughts will affect how I respond in interviews and stuff. But I don't know. I feel like I'm open to so many possibilities, but I can only be open to any possibility if people give me a possibility, give me an option, show me or tell me what they want, and no one's telling me anything, and it's making me feel crazy, because I'm aware that there might be a couple of people that click on these videos and don't believe that I am God, don't believe that thousands of people, or maybe hundreds of thousands of people, know about me and have kept me a secret for 10, for 11 years. I can understand keeping a secret at the beginning because there wasn't that much evidence. Oh, a girl's linking to loads of songs. If you don't know this girl, then how do you know that this girl's linking to loads of songs? I think I started making YouTube videos after a year of waiting for you, because you did absolutely nothing to help me. So I was just like, well, why are you not doing anything to help me? So I started making the videos, and I think the evidence that I was God started to show years down the line. I don't know when. I'm pretty sure in the first year I saw a lot right at the beginning. but you weren't seeing what I was seeing because you didn't know the thoughts that were in my head and how they were linking to all the different songs and things that I was watching. Um, but yeah, I've been able to show that and demonstrate that through my Facebook page. Um, but yeah, how much people care enough to look at my Facebook page is something I don't know. I mean, I'm making quite a lot of these videos. Are people really watching them every day? In a way, this feels like a Big Brother show, only I'm the only one talking to myself. Um, but yeah, I'm angry because I want to know when this is going to start. This has been way too long, and I don't know. I still don't know when it's going to start, and I'm not. I don't want to give other people control of things because I now have zero trust for anyone.